Welcome back to Strong Foundations. We have made it through all 10 yamas and niyamas. So this week and next week, our last 2 weeks, the idea is integration. So we don't just learn it, checkbox, moving on. Today, the thought is to kind of weave them all in together. And I plan to do them in order, just with a rereading of how Nischala Joy Devi defines each of the terms, each yama. And then I'm corresponding it with two movements that I think support that theme. So we'll be going through kind of 5 sections. And I invite you to just pay attention to the ones that make you go, oh, right, I meant to think more about that. Or yes, this one has stayed true, so that you're really mindful about the time you've given yourself to take this course, because we want it to come in and help reveal you, which is the point of the yamas. I was having a fun conversation with a student last week, and she said, you know what? I am done with self improvement. She says, I think I have every book that was ever written on self improvement. I've read it. I've done the program. If there's a program, I've done the program. If there's a course, I've done the course. And she's done. And I think that's exactly where we need to be when we think about the yamas. Because you can think of them, one might think of them as these ways that we need to be for self improvement. We need to be honest. We need to have non-clinging. We need to be all these things. But what I love about Nischala Joy Devi's description of yamas is it is not those things, these disciplines that we put upon ourselves, right? As Iyengar might say, and that's fine. There's a time in your life when you need to employ disciplines. However, at this time that we're reading it, we're considering that these are the things we already are. And this is a process of taking away those things that prevent you from seeing it and experiencing it. So you are already in ahimsa, right? You already have a natural love of all. You already have a spirit that has reverence. You already are dedicated to truth and integrity. You are truth. But patterning, right? So our history or our jobs, our what's been downloaded to us when we were kids, these patterning gets in the way, and imbalances get in the way, right? How many of you might realize it's hard to practice moderation when you haven't had enough sleep, right? And then your body's like, I need more energy. So then you reach for chocolate, right? And the chocolate or the sugar then gives you that boost of energy. But you're gonna have it in not in moderation. But really, if you have your sleep, then you're naturally going to behave in a more moderate way. Just one example. So the invitation going forward is to remember you are already doing it. You are already all of these things. Yoga is the process of seeing what is real, seeing what is true, and aligning more and more with that. See yourself as abundant and just keep aligning with that. Keep noticing what gets in your way of a feeling of abundance and do your best to let that go. Release it. Realize you're not part of me. Thanks for showing up. All done. Off you go. Okay. Hopefully that kind of changes the mindset. This is not a self improvement program. This is a self expression program. We're igniting who you are. So let's begin. Rub your palms together quickly, please, gazing at your hands, deep in your breath. All right, in yoga, we use tapas, we use heat to burn away the dross. You'll remember that from our niyamas. So as you create heat here, the intention behind it is just to help us burn away, release, let go of all the things that keep us from living in our true nature. Place one hand on your upper heart, one hand on your low belly. Close your eyes or lower your gaze. And begin full yogic breath. So the inhale comes in through the nose, fills your top hand and upper back, then the ribs, then the belly and low back. And as you exhale, low belly, ribs, upper chest. So as it says, In the Bhagavad Gita, the inhale turns into the exhale, and the exhale turns into the inhale. Bring your mind to this expansion and contraction of yogic breath within you. Embracing reverence and love for all, we experience oneness, ahimsa. So as you breathe into this love for all, this reverence of your practice, of your experience of yoga, of divine, let yourself arrive here ready to practice, seeing yourself naturally reverent to all. And then bring your palms together at your heart. Let's chant the sound of Om once together to begin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way. Breathe into Om. Surrender your head to your heart. Release your hands and make your way into child's pose, that reverent posture. You can choose arms extended overhead or alongside your body, whichever feels the most sweet and internally connecting for you. Give your body plenty of space so your legs are nice and wide. Soften forward with reverence. Put your attention in the space between your shoulder blades, as if right there is a sense of awe and wonder. Just that we can breathe into a part of our body and create space there, that we can let go or fortify. The brilliance of your mind, the gracefulness of yoga. So surrender your will to the flow, that you may see yourself as all of these facets, all of these yamas. And then begin moving forward and back when you feel ready. Inhale to all fours. Make your shins parallel, soft heart, lifted gaze. And then exhale, lower your head, hips to your heels in child's pose. Take your time. Keep drawing your attention inward. Now the next time you're in child's pose, stay. And in this version of child's pose, bring your arms relaxed around your body. Soften your arms towards the floor.
Then gently stack your hands on your low back. So the shoulders are relaxed, hands on the low back. But if it bothers your shoulders, just keep your hands lower. Here you are pulled into a little seed pod. The potential of all these facets are there all the time. We water them to grow. On your inhale, root downwards through your shins. Slowly roll up through your spine. Lift your chest, a little back bend here, arms wide. And then as you exhale, humbly fold back in. Everything is within you, just like the whole oak tree is in an acorn. All of these yamas are already there. So we have reverence for the whole process. Let's give ourselves one more. And the next time you're up, stay up. Good. Now bring both arms forward. Remember, when we move into weight-bearing postures on our arms, we want the head of the arm bone integrated into the socket. So now as you inhale, roll your shoulders forward, reach, reach, reach. Then as you exhale, suck your armpit back, shoulder blades towards each other on your spine. Engage your low belly. Keeping your fingers spread, place your hands on your mat. Now grip your mat like you're palming a basketball or suction cupping your fingers like a gecko. Turn your toes under, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift your knees off the ground. Rooting through your hands, engage your core, breathe here deeply. Right, from reverence to truth, satya. Truth at your core. Igniting your will, take your hips high, heels low, downward facing dog. From the bottom of your heart, stretch through your hands, make the sides of your body long. And with every exhale, now employ ujjayi. So do a slight constriction of your throat as you exhale. So you can hear your breath, you're toning your inner body. Inhale to plank. Stay here, pushing the ground away, fortifying your body to be a vessel of truth. Turn onto the outside edge of your left foot, step your right foot in front, reach your right arm up, modified side plank. And touch down, other side. Touch down, downward facing dog. Slowly walk forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, bow. Reach forward, inhale, rise. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, rise. And exhale, crescent. Inhale, rise. And as you exhale, release your hands. Just ignite your core a little bit here, standing with movement. Take your elbow to knee. Engage your belly, elbow to knee. So get the heat going a little bit more. Dedicated to truth and integrity, satya, our thoughts, words, and actions gain the power to manifest, right? So ignite that power. Your truth becomes your life. This would be a very third chakra thing, that power, right? The solar plexus, the sun within you. So let's step to the front of our mats. And we'll do 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A, igniting this inner sun, this light, this truth within. We go. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen.
Exhale, bow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, bhujangasana. Open your chest. Expand your solar plexus. And downward facing dog. 3 deep cleansing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Then bend your knees, step or hop, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Reach forward, inhale, rise. Exhale, palms together at your heart. Take a deep cleansing breath. Release. I'll give you breath cues, but always feel free to go on your timing. Inhale. Bring your belly forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe. Then step or hop. Come forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep cleansing breath. And one more round on your breath timing. Satya, truth, honesty. We go. It is who you are. Let it infuse every breath, every movement, every posture. True to your form, not someone else's. Your skeleton and bones. Your life experience. Then rest and breathe. Bend your knees a little bit. Shift onto your left leg. Tilt your body forward, then reach your right leg back and come into a nice wide warrior two. Okay, so just to test yourself, straighten your front leg. See if you can line up ankles and wrists. Challenge yourself to go nice and wide. Then as you exhale, embrace your muscles and bend your left knee all the way to 90 degrees. Now, if that's not true for your body, then you do less. Live in that truth that resides already. And then stand and breathe, gazing over your left hand, root through your legs. Right, a warrior of truth. And straighten your left leg, transition Trikonasana. Draw your low ribs in, lean back. Find the way that it's most representative of how you have ease and steadiness simultaneously. If you're panting or in pain and wincing, it's not true. Get to where it's true. And root through your legs, inhale, rise. Turn all 10 toes in. Breathe in as you stretch up. Breathe out as you carve the space way far out and come into a forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Bend your knees as much as you need to let your body dip down deep. And then stay or straighten your legs, lengthening your hamstrings. Let your body go. You can shake your head no a little bit. Release tension from your spine like it's dripping all the way down and into the ground. We collect tension like we collect patterns. It's not necessary, doesn't help us, but something in our system thinks it does. So we thank it, let it move on. All right, inhale, lengthen your body to 90 degrees. Turn your left thigh out, coming into a lunge. Step your back foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. Palms together at your heart. Take a deep cleansing breath. Truth. Bend your knees a little bit. Shift onto your right foot. Step your left leg back way far, coming into Virabhadrasana 2 on this side, Warrior 2. Again, test. Can you get those ankles lined up with wrists nice and wide? And with strong muscles, descend. Honest warrior. Let every breath be a peeling away of that which blocks you from seeing these facets of yourself in your life. Trikonasana. Triangle. You know what to do. And root down, inhale, rise. Turn all 10 toes in. You can do the same with the hands forward, but this time add a chest opener, shoulder opener. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Lifting high through your heart, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Straighten those arms behind you, if you can. If not, no big deal. All right, keeping your legs toned and your belly lifted, bow forward, wrists overhead. Use your abdominal strength to pull you deeper into the forward fold, shoulder blades towards your hips, wrists farther and farther overhead. Relax your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. On your next inhale, release your hands to the floor, lengthen your body. Then turn your right leg out, come into a lunge. Step your back foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms together at your heart. Take a deep cleansing breath. Get your block. Let's ignite our midline. Place your block between your thighs. Right? You can think of truth as that your plumb line there from the center of your crown drops down through pelvic floor, down through the space between your ankles. So you have this natural barbershop pole inside of you. A lot of us tend to lean it forward. So I'm here to remind you, make sure your barbershop pole is straight up and down. So you can feel your heels on the mat. Engage the low belly a little bit and hug your block. Inhale, rise up onto your toes, arms to the side. Exhale, descend, arms float down. Twice more. Hug your block as you go down. That's going to remind you, oh, I have a center. I don't need to reach outside of myself for anything. It's all right here. Hug it. Good. Then the next time you're up, stay up. Bend your elbows 90 degrees. Breathing in, broaden. Breathing out, ribs in. Squeeze around your waist and twist to one side. All right, keep both hip bones pointing forward as you pull your left elbow back to twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist to the right. Both hips point forward, turn. Good, come back to center, reach up, up, up. Try to get your fingernails in the clouds. And then Utkatasana, invisible chair. Sit deep. Good, with Ujjayi and pulling the exhale, pulling your navel back on the exhale, stoking that fire of truth. Good, shift onto your left foot, float your right foot. And shift onto your right foot, float your left foot. Good, both feet down, sit a little bit lower, and then release. Good, release your block. Come to stand at one end of your mat. Abiding in generosity and honesty, asteya. Material and spiritual prosperity is bestowed. Generosity and honesty. Material and spiritual prosperity is bestowed, asteya. So we'll work with warrior one here in our friend asteya. Turn your right thigh and foot out, left leg forward. Draw your back hip forward, front hip back. So, generosity. Breathe into a sense of your inner generosity. That because your cups are full and you're coming from truth, you have much to give. And then give it fully. Bend your front knee. Inhale, warrior one. Reach from your body out into the world. And as you exhale, humbly fold forward, forehead toward your shin. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, release. Keep breathing, cultivating generosity. Inhale, root to rise. Give all of yourself up. And then humbly let go as you fold forward. Two straight legs. Release the head. Inhale, lengthen your spine just halfway. And exhale, bow. Take yourself through this pattern one more time. Warrior one. Parsvottanasana. Halfway up. Parsvottanasana and stay. And you can choose to put your hands on shin, ankle, floor, foot, blocks, whatever helps you feel stable, whatever you can press into a little bit. If your hands are on your leg, though, keep a small bend in that knee so that you're not pressing your knee into hyperextension. There should be some softness behind that knee. And then let your tension ease away from you, from your hips down through your legs, and from your hips pouring through your upper body and head into the earth. Engage your core, bring your hands to your low back, lengthen through your spine, inhale, rise, and step your front foot back, Tadasana. Take a breath and notice one side versus the other. Good. Turn your left foot out, step your right leg forward. Consider a time that you knew you were being generous, and not because there were strings attached, right? That is not true and honest generosity. This is where we learn to give without strings, without resentment. Only from our fullness do we give. If you're empty, refill first. Warrior One. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Again. Last round. On your timing or here with me, Warrior One. And stay. Stay and refill. Hands come to the floor or supported place on leg or blocks. All right, this is a turning in, a time to refill your cups. And if you notice of yourself that when you give, there are strings attached, well, this isn't your truth. This is just an imbalance showing up in that way, an imbalance of time you've given or treasure. So go back a tick. Make sure that you're being true. You're filling your cups. You're taking care. Hands to your low back. Lengthen through your spine. Inhale to rise. And step your front foot back. Tadasana. Ardha Chandrasana. Place one block on either side of your mat. Right, we move into half moon rising and moderation, just half a moon. Balancing poses for moderation. Brahmacharya, dedicated to living a balanced and moderate life. The scope of one's life force becomes boundless. Devoted to living a balanced and moderate life, the scope of one's life force becomes boundless, right? So from moderation actually will come next abundance or boundlessness. Take a wide stance. Turn your left thigh out, right thigh in. Right hand to your hip. See where you're headed. Bend your knee coming into Warrior Two. Transition. Take your left hand to your block. Shorten your stance. Place your block purposefully or your fingers to the floor. Now draw your low belly away from your standing leg. Lift your lifted leg. Open the top hip and straighten your standing leg. Stay with your arm alongside of you or reach this arm up. Now, doing too much, right? Overdoing it would mean you're taking your leg behind you and you're stretching your arms wide like you're trying to fly, and you end up in this kind of exaggerated position. Moderation here tones to the center. So there's no need to take your lifted leg past your standing heel. If you're stretching your fingers wide, 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 give them some softness so you're not overdoing an energetic extension. Can we go for this for 2 more breaths? Steadiness and ease, moderation. Make that energy boundless. Bring your right hand to your right ear. Bend your standing leg deeply. Move your hand alongside your standing foot, left hand. Good, now reach your right arm. Reach it, reach it, reach it. Slowly land your right foot down, Parsvottanasana, extended side angle. With your feet steady, turn your heart towards the ceiling. Right? If moderation would mean you need to be here, then simply come up, right? Tune back into that truth. Try to stretch your sticky mat, bend your left knee so you go right to the edge of your ability. Challenge yourself, but not to the point of panting or wincing. Touch down, lunge. Left hand to your left leg, lengthen your body, and twist. Touch down. Step your back foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Reach forward, inhale, rise. And exhale, palms together at your heart. Take a deep cleansing breath. Good. Sweet little brahmacharya. Other side. Take a wide stance. Right leg turns out, left leg turns in. All right, I'm going to remind you that usually it's where it became translated, coming to Warrior Two, as celibacy. So isn't this better? Isn't moderation a little more fun? Everything should be done in moderation, even moderation. Now, widen your heels, deepen. Left hand to your hip. Reach forward, take your block, shorten your stance, and step up to half moon rising, Ardha Chandrasana. Scoop your low belly away from your standing leg, turn the hips open, and reach out. Now, if your standing leg cramps up, it's likely cocked inwards. Take your standing hip crease back. You can also try bending that knee. Right? You make little adjustments so that you can have more boundless life force. How about one more nice long deep breath? Left hand to your ear, bend your standing leg. Move your standing hand alongside your foot. Reach your left arm wrong, pull in that direction as you lightly land, Parshvakonasana. Check in, feeling okay here, or would you feel better? Forearm to your thigh. Twist your heart to the sun and breathe. Right? Moderation and balance is the key. That's why we put in effort. We do all this transition, moving, and then we just be there. Just be. Let the yoga do the work. Touch down, lunge. Right hand to right leg. Lengthen, twist. And touch down. Step your back foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. Palms together at your heart. What would balancing practice be without tree? Shift onto your left leg. Establish your trunk from your ribs down through your leg, visualizing your roots. Then right foot comes to the calf or the inner thigh. Palms pressed together. Now we return to the midline, right? Go back to the source of truth. Right? There's your acorn, all your potential. Truth at the core, add water. Let the branches come up and open. Right? In the metaphor of the tree, we don't ask one tree to be another kind of tree. An oak gets to be an oak. We have no expectation of it being a birch. Right? Treat yourself with that same kind of honesty. Here I am. I am this tree. Lower down. Establish from your low ribs, low back, down through your right leg. Visualize your roots deep and wide. Left leg turns out, foot to ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Ignite your midline by pressing palms and foot and leg. Ground down, reach out. Just be. Now bring forth your inner baby dancer. Shift onto your left leg. Right foot to right hand. Pause. Regather to your center. From your truth at center with your shoulder drawing back, reach out. Lift the back of your skull, your lifted heel. Shine through your eyes, root through your leg. How can you do this with moderation? Maybe you need to try a little less hard. Release. Other side. Standing on your right. Left foot to left hand. Pause. Regather. Right shoulder drawing back. There you go. Natarajasana. And release. Take a breath. Virabhadrasana 3. Moving through balancing, palms together. Tip your body forward. Just a little angle there at the hip crease. Shift onto your left foot, turn your right toes under behind you. Imagine that long line from your heel through your sacrum and your skull. Long line. Bring palms together to ignite your midline. Like a bird at a bird bath, dip forward as your back leg lifts up. Stay or take your arms to cactus. Stay or reach your arms straight overhead. Keep extending, it will hold you. Back to 2 feet. And other side, palms together. Shift onto your right. Tilt your body forward, left toes under behind you. Create a beautifully long line. Heel, sacrum, back of your skull. And just dip forward. Choose the arm position that supports you today. Back to 2 feet. Now we've done a lot of balancing, a lot of stillness, which isn't quite moderation. We got to wiggle it out. So shake your head, shake your hands, shake your elbows, and devolve into a tantrum. You've done great work cultivating strength, security, stability. But you know what? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So you got to shake it out. Right? We weren't meant to just have our nose to the grindstone all the time. You got to have a little party. So go forward and back. Do the Charleston. Dance it out a little bit. Get your body moving and grooving. Shake it one way, shake it the other, shake it overhead, shake it down below. There's no wrong way, just dance it out. Couple more breaths, getting the last few shakes out. Wiggle, 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 tantrum, 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 and stop, breathe, feel. Okay, let's move into some heart openers. So get your your strap, and have a seat. So from brahmacharya, we move into a parigraha, usually called non-clinging. She says, acknowledging abundance. We recognize the blessings in everything and gain insights into the purpose of our worldly existence. So we acknowledge abundance, right? So we have moderation in our life, but within that, there's huge abundance, abundant energy, abundant love. There's plenty to go around. Legs in Sukhasana, arms out in front of you, nice and wide. Inhale, roll your shoulders forward. Right, spread your angel wings. Give yourself another breath there. Spread out, spread out, spread out. Then as you exhale, zip your belly in, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back and down. Do your best to keep your shoulders down as you take your arms up. Okay, sides of your body long. So you're growing from your hips to your pinkies. Hold your strap a little bit more with the pinky side. So your pinch your fingers, index and thumb, they're actually, you could wiggle them. So hold with your pinkies. Now take your right arm straight up and slide your left arm out to 90 degrees. Lift up tall and tilt over. Keep your standing hand planted, so root into your left hand. Really roll your left shoulder back and down. And now spin your belly, heart, eyes towards the ceiling as you take your top arm back. Right? Moderation means you're not pulling and tugging. Non-clinging means you don't have an idea of what this should be. You live into whatever the abundant feeling in this posture is. What feels like it could be opening for you. Keep broadening the chest. If you just hold the pose and breathe, it will do the work. One more chest lift. Take the arm back as far as it's going to go for now. And then on your next inhale, bring the arm back up to neutral. And then as you exhale, bow forward over your left knee. So twist your torso and bow. Release your head. And use your hands to help you slowly come up. Pause in neutral. Always just checking to see, what did that do? How did that change me? Right? Those skills of observation help us know our patterns when they arrive. All right, reach forward. Inhale, roll the shoulders forward. Exhale, snuggle the shoulders back and down. Arms lift slowly. Here you're just holding your bones and letting your muscles and tendons settle. Be sure that you're not leaning forward, but rather lined up through your whole spine. And then left arm comes straight up, right arm slides out to make an L shape. Lift tall, tilt over, right hand to the floor. Roll your right arm back and then spin. Take your right ribs under. Spin your chest towards the ceiling. Lean back as you take your top hand and arm back. Breathe. Broaden your wingspan here. Make sure the head isn't falling back. Keep some length behind your neck. Right? Like someone's holding your head for you. Just pay attention to where you feel the stretch the deepest. Go there in your mind and breathe. Just a couple more breaths. Let it go as far as it's going to go. Keeping it happy. No pain. Just resistance and breath. And top arm comes over. And then bow forward over your right leg. Let your head go. Make it no. Draw the navel in, slowly walk your body up. And move your strap to the side. Reach both arms forward, palms up. Palms facing each other. Inhale again, roll your shoulders forward, and then exhale, suck the head of the arm bones back. Now turn your left thumb down, slice your hand back, and now reach your fingers up between your shoulder blades. Now I'm wishing I hadn't told you to put your strap to the side. You might want it. Okay, so just have it ready. Shoulder is back. Right hand reaches up, moving into Gomukhasana. Bend your elbow and reach fingertip to fingertip. So cow face pose. Right, and if your fingers don't easily grasp, then put the strap in your hand. Let it slide down your back so your left hand can hold it. So either the straps are holding your hands are holding each other, or they're holding a strap. If this feels like you could enhance, and there's no need, this is plenty. If you could enhance, then bow your head a little bit. Draw your elbow behind your head a little bit more. And then lift your chin as your head presses into your arm. It's going to enhance the stretch. No need, but there it is. Right, we want to know that there is abundance in the heart space. That there is abundance to receive and to give, the work of our arms. All right, slowly release. And then take your right arm across your body. Left elbow enhances the stretch this way. So this arm is basically straight. We don't necessarily have to lock out that elbow. It's basically straight. Try to keep your right shoulder down as you guide this arm across. This is a stretch to the outside of that arm. And you can stay just like this if you're getting enough feedback. To enhance, gently tilt your head to the left. Notice if your body kind of slinks away, slouches down. Keep that tall, straight spine. Just one more breath, letting go around the neck, the shoulder, where we hold so much tension. And release, open wide, abundance. Let it go and take a breath. Good. Okay, other side. Reach forward. Inhale, roll the shoulders forward. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Right thumb down. Slice your hand back. Reach that hand up between your shoulder blades. I like to go help this side, right? You might notice for yourself, one side is different than the other. Then left arm goes up. Give a little test there. See, can you reach fingertips? Okay, if not, then use your strap. Go get it and make that distance the same. I think we did this in this course, I'm pretty sure. In case you need a visual of the back, right? At least for the second side, fingertips grasp. So let that settle in. If you decide to enhance, then you bow your head, sneak your elbow behind your head a little bit more. So for me, I'm noticing this tricep is quite a bit tighter. I don't need to do more. I'm going to let it stay there. But if you bowed your head forward, try pressing your head back a little bit. Easy, deep breathing. So the antithesis of a parigraha, of this non-clinging abundance, is a scarcity mentality. You worry that there's going to be enough. Release. Ooh. Bring your left arm across. Go get it with your opposite arm. Remember to keep that shoulder down. And stay or tilt your head sweetly to the right. You might find that there's little pockets of tension that kind of open or like, oh, that's a yummy stretch. It can be helpful to give it voice, right? So just, it might happen spontaneously or you can add it on top. When I think of clinging, it does make me think of arms and hands clenched and pulling in. So this will at least free you up physically to live abundantly. Okay, open your arms wide. And release down, palms up. Just breathe for a second here. Good. Feels good. Let's see if we can get the same kind of sensation in our hips. So we'll do a little supine pigeon. Come onto your back, please. First, arrive and feel your back body there. Separate your feet as wide as your mat and loosen up by doing some windshield wipers. You were seated for quite a long time there. Let's just release any tension that might have gathered. Right? That just happens. It doesn't mean it's bad or it failed. It's just what happened. So you just counter that. Okay. Place your right ankle across your left thigh and bring your figure 4 shape in. So interlace your fingers behind your left leg. And do this with curiosity, right? So you might find that moving it side to side kind of enhances the stretch, moves a little lower. You might find that right now calls for stillness. Just choose and breathe. Just did a lot of really good work in your arms. So let some of your attention at least be sure that your arms aren't clenching, yanking, pulling, undoing the work you just did. So there's an ease with which you draw your leg towards you. Now to enhance, keep the shape, point your pubic bone down, so tilt your pelvis, pubic bone rolls towards the floor, just changes the experience a little bit. Relax the sides of your neck and throat. And then let go, left foot comes to the floor. With your arms extended wide and abundant, cross your right knee all the way over. Take your hips a few inches to the right and the knees to the left for a supine twist. Wring it all out. Wring out your day. Wring out your patterns. Wring out your kleshas, the veils that prevent you from seeing. Right, so you can bask in the truth. Draw your navel in, slowly come onto your back, 2 feet on the floor. Take a deep cleansing breath. left ankle on your right thigh, supine pigeon or figure four. Interlace your fingers and choose movement or stillness on this side. You don't even have to choose the same thing. Let this side be what it is. Keep easy through your face, neck, shoulders, and arms. And holding the shape, tip your pubic bone down, tailbone points down. Let it open up in a new way, and if it needs a voice, give it sound. Oh. And release your foot to the floor. Arms open wide, cross your left knee over. Shimmy your hips to the left, knees fall to the right, and supine twist. Again, wring it out. One more breath. How about a nice sigh? And return to your back. 2 feet to the floor. Happy baby. Right? That little sparkly thing that you are deep inside without all the stuff added onto you yet. There's your true nature. Playful, sweet, innocent, loving. Babies haven't learned yet is it enough? Let's be like that. Because there is. All right, hold your knees, rock and roll forward and back along your spine. And then come to sit for pranayama. And for today, I'm choosing alternate nostril breathing because it is considered a balancing pranayama. If we take into account that it is imbalances in life, that, be it stress, diet, sleep, exercise, those imbalances prevent us from seeing our truth. So this breath can help. Okay, raise your dominant hand, connect index finger, middle finger. Fold them into your palm. Lift your wrist, turn your hand towards you. Now, if your nostrils are plugged while you're doing this class, I encourage you to just do this in your mind. Don't fight for your breath. That gives the opposite effect. We never want to feel anxious about our breath. So you can do this in your mind, just imagining. Okay, so either way, either you're imagining or plug one nostril, take a nice deep breath in. Plug the other nostril with your ring finger and exhale. Stay on that side to inhale. And change to exhale. As you do this, you might like to look at the third eye behind closed lids so that the inhale nourishes that chakra, ajna, your ability to see your patterns. Exhale to change. Keep going in that pattern. Inhale one side, exhale the other. The next time you exhale through the left nostril, release the manipulation of your breath. You can stay seated here in meditation or transition to your back for Shavasana. I'm going to read through each yama once more. I invite you to let one word come towards you from that yama and just contemplate it on your breath for the next couple of breaths before the next one comes. So just see which word resonates with you where. Embracing reverence and love for all, ahimsa, we experience oneness. Sit with ahimsa. Dedicated to truth and integrity, satya, our thoughts, words, and actions gain the power to manifest. Abiding in generosity and honesty, asteya. Material and spiritual prosperity is bestowed. Devoted to living a balanced and moderate life, brahmacharya, the scope of one's life force becomes boundless. Acknowledging abundance, aparigraha. We recognize the blessings in everything and gain insights into the purpose of our worldly existence. Slowly begin to let your breathing deepen. Remember that all of these are who you are. You can smile in recognition of that. Lovingly draw your knees to your chest, roll to one side, and make your way back to a seated posture. Let's finish together in the sound of Om. Breathe in. Namaste. I will see you next time as we move through the niyamas. Thank you. Bye for now.